If those cyber cretins make it past us, everyone's ground meat.
We need a strategic plan of attack.
I got one! Combat time!
What's good, you amazing EYDK fans? And goodbye. That's right. Sadly, this is going to be our last EYDK YouTube video. It sucks, but it's true. I wish I could say it was just one of my classic bits, like when I was a 90s stand-up comic in Everything You Didn't Know About Bobby's World. And what's the deal with cotton candy? Who wants candy that tastes like cotton? Come on! Making all these videos about the incredible animated 80s and 90s shows that have been forgotten by time,
Our extreme!
or have gone underappreciated since their debut,
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
has truly been a dream come true. And ending this series just as we're hitting our stride leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. Almost like all that dirt I ate in Everything You Didn't Know About Earthworm Jim. I have no food, so I gotta eat dirt. But I'm so happy that we get to go out with one last video to say goodbye. This is legit. I'm not freaking out like I did on Everything You Didn't Know About Freakazoid. Freak out! Sweet. And if you're sad, don't worry, because I have 2 words for you that are guaranteed to cheer you up. 2 words that will get you f***ing hype.
Garbage Day!
Okay, that's more of a personal one just for me, but I'm actually talking about Mortal Kombat! Wait, hold on. I need something softer. Mortal Kombat, which inspired a generation of kids in the 90s to sign up for karate class and then quit 3 weeks later. Its booming popularity spawned the universe of Mortal Kombat tie-ins, like a toy line,
Mortal Kombat action figures. Fight for right in your own tournament of champions.
live-action movies,
Get over here!
and the subject of today's episode, an animated series in 1996 called Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. Now, a lot of fans were critical of this series for not continuing the plot of the movie despite being canon, or for not really being a Mortal Kombat series at all. And you know what? They were right. It really wasn't.
I will not give up the fight until I have at last overthrown Shao Kahn.
And reclaimed your own rightful throne, my princess. The daughter has her father's inner fire.
That eagle dude is very well spoken. Probably because he was voiced by John Rhys Davies, aka Gimli. But still, this show wasn't really about Mortal Kombat the game or the movie. It was actually the secret X-Men animated series spin-off we never knew we needed. I'll explain how in Everything You Didn't Know About Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm.
Driven by purpose and bound by honor, these are the Defenders of the Realm.
Mojo, this sucks. It's the last one. Wait, are we on? In 1995, Mortal Kombat was #1 at the box office for 3 weeks in a row. At the time, it was the highest grossing video game adaptation of all time, because it had a dope theme song and equally great fights. Alright, hands down, one of my all-time favorite movies, especially because it opens with Shang Tsung just backhanding Liu Kang's little brother. But that kind of brutality is part of the fabric of Mortal Kombat, in both the movie and its insanely popular video game series where you can whip someone's ass so bad, you end them with something called a brutality.
Baraka wins. Brutality.
Alright, I am hopping on MK Trilogy right after I finish this. Just a year after the MK movie premiered, the last season of X-Men the Animated Series started to air its 5th and final season. It launched multiple spin-off comic books and video games, but it never got a proper animated series spin-off, unless you count Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, which I do because this is the last EYDK, and you know what? I'm gonna do whatever I want. Plus, just check out how they talk.
We can't reveal the location of MK headquarters to him.
MK headquarters? Fighting an external threat to save humanity? Sounds like something out of the X-Men. And just look at how the characters are introduced here, the same as all the mutants in the X-Men animated series.
Sonya Blade. Nightwolf. Kiva.
Wait, what? Kiva the Wolf gets to be a main character, but you never even have Johnny Cage appear in an episode. Come on. You know what? We'll get to that later. Continue.
Am I missing something here?
They're a ragtag team of warriors who use their unique powers to fight back the forces of evil Outworlders from invading the Earth realm through a bunch of interdimensional portals. You know, that old chestnut.
What's the story, Nightwolf?
Another dimensional rip, this time in the New Guinea rainforest.
Nightwolf is way too calm. Now, Defenders of the Realm debuted in 1996 as part of USA Network's Action Extreme Team animation block.
Hang on to your hat, hold on to your seat, blow it out your ear, you ain't seen nothing yet, knock your socks off, action!
I think that's actually a monster truck commercial.
10 monster trucks in side-by-side drag racing action.
But also, that's a pretty sweet lineup, with original animated programs like Street Fighter and Savage Dragon, as well as reruns of Street Sharks, aka origin story of Vin Diesel.
Hand puppet!
I don't know. I think that's me from our episode.
Head shark!
There he is. And it also rerun episodes of... I can't read that. That's one of like our biggest EYDK episodes ever.
Face me, human, if you dare.
Brings back too many emotions. I'm too emotional right now. Let's cut to the next clip.
I can't stand to see a grown man whine.
Just cry when the camera's off. That's right. It reran episodes of Gargoyles, which was one of our first ever EYDKs. Now, of all the original programs on the Action Extreme team, Defenders of the Realm tied Wing Commander Academy for shortest programming run, airing only a total of 13 episodes. Probably because there were way too many painfully awkward pauses. Or maybe the real reason it ended soon was because fans were confused. We expected a show about the actual Mortal Kombat tournament, which we only ever see in flashbacks.
It has been many years now since Liu Kang faced my brother in Mortal Kombat.
Instead, we got a show about a superhero action team that even had its own jet and secret headquarters. This show just makes so much more sense when you view it through the lens of something like X-Men. Other than the characters' names, the rest of the show really has very little connection to the movies or the games.
Listen, let's try to resolve this without violence.
Without violence? This whole property is built upon brutal, bloody violence.
Sub-Zero wins. Fatality.
Yeah, you can't really make that for kids. Which is why the movie was so much more successful. It gave us all the over-the-top violence that just makes you want to chop through a stack of fruit. Wait. There's the mic. Mortal Kombat! Wait. I need something even softer. The only way to soften that up for kids is to make the Mortal Kombat fighters into an action team. But who are they fighting and why?
You will pay for this. Nothing can stop me from taking over Earthrealm.
This whole show is irregular. You know what? Let's back it up. Defenders of the Realm takes place on Earthrealm, where a group of good Mortal Kombat fighters band together to stop an assault on Earth by interdimensional villains, the bad Mortal Kombat fighters, who want to control a bunch of portals.
Hidden portals are one of the elements that make Earth such a prize.
The team of defenders consists of some of the main characters from the first Mortal Kombat movie, but not all of them. There's the leader of the defenders, Raiden, who really doesn't want to be a mortal butt.
You mean you could actually end up a mortal butt like the rest of us? I'm sorry, man.
Raiden assembles a group led by Liu Kang and his cringy ass yelps. Those didn't age well despite the best efforts of actor Brian Tochi. Takashi from Revenge of the Nerds.
Hello, pie.
Oh, and Nogata from Police Academy 3.
And who might you be?
Oh, Tomoko Nogata of Tochikawa Nogatas. Oh, and is this your lovely wife?
But they do hold up better in song form. Then there's Sonya Blade, who's a hothead of the group and also kind of rude.
Blubber butt. Say, did you guys know that Jax was the fattest kid in school?
I told you never.
Next, we have Jax, who loses his metal arms at one point, but never loses his played out insults.
Well, good timing, Raiden. The fighting's over, girlfriend.
And here's where the main cast starts to get weird. Again, there's no Johnny Cage, but we do get Stryker, who debuted in the game Mortal Kombat 3.
Stryker wins.
He was basically just a gun guy in the game, and since this is kids' TV, they had to, take away his gun.
Hey, Stryker! It's time to terminate their visit!
He's Baton Guy now. But he's cool since he's voiced by Ron Perlman.
Sounds like you have a vendetta going.
Then there's Sub-Zero, who's evil in the game, but now good in the show.
It is true. I was once Lin Kuei and fought for the forces of darkness. But that was long ago.
Even though he died in the movie. This of course is possible because, as we learned in the games and Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that the Sub-Zero who died is actually the unmasked Sub-Zero's older brother. Well placed and well delivered by actor Luke Perry, who voiced Sub-Zero.
After his death, I realized that my own brother was innately evil and without honor. I could no longer fight for what my clan believed in.
Rest in peace, sir. And then there's probably the weirdest main character, Nightwolf, who's somehow the tech guy now?
I believed you to be a shaman, a man with great mystical powers, not
a computer geek?
Yo, even the show is surprised by that one.
Am I missing something here?
Each episode, the defenders fight against bad guys, zombies, or aliens like generic rock guys. Yo, real talk, this team fights with each other more than the actual villains.
You may be the god of thunder and all, but you've been wrong plenty of times.
You really do have a death wish.
Then there are episodes that feature attacks from fan-favorite villains, like when they fight Sector and Cyrax in Combat Begins Again.
Surrender, Princess Kitana. We are not only superior fighting machines, we outnumber you 28-1.
You have the numbers, Sector, but you lack the soul.
Or when Scorpion appears in Sting of the Scorpion.
You're going to pay for what you've done to my clan.
Ah, the Ice Ninja coming.
Hold up. Did Scorpion really just make an Iceman Cometh reference? Who is this show for?
Trust me, we'll let you know.
Oh, or when they fight Shiva and her Shokin warriors flexing like 1,000 arms. But the main plot follows their struggle with the series' arch nemesis Shao Kahn and his top henchman Shang Tsung. Kahn is the ruler of Outworld, and upshots of his nuts.
But I am concerned. Motaro and his forces are still rallying the nomad warriors in the east. They may not be back in time.
And they really get up in there. See, the characters' appearances are largely the same from the game, but almost everything else is different. First of all, there are no fatalities, which we kind of covered. But come on, they could have thrown in some friendships, babalities, or even animalities. Speaking of animalities, Adam, if you please.
Pretty cool, huh? It's my animality.
Y'all, it had to be done. Anyway, since the show was co-produced by Threshold Entertainment, who also produced both Mortal Kombat movies, they were able to live scenes directly from the first film, which is cool, but then they changed them, like the Sub-Zero fight. Or Liu Kang's battle with Shang Tsung, where they took out all of those metal states.
Flawless victory.
Then there are other departures that are completely unexpected, like how Jax removes his metal arms.
You were incredibly lucky that the acid never reached your arms. As for the bionic shells, the prognosis is bleak.
Apparently for the first time in any Mortal Kombat installment.
A lot of good I'll be with just these.
I know he didn't have metal arms in MK2, but he takes them off here.
Forget the chip. Get your butt in the dragon jet. The rip started.
Wait, I need my arms, man.
Forget the chip? My man needs his arms back, Raiden. Also, they retconned Kano, so instead of Kano with a K, they made it Kane-O, as in C-A-N-E-O.
Sonya did defeat Kano. However, the Emperor may have helped Kano elude death.
No he didn't, Katana. Kano was D-E-D dead in the movie.
No, Sonya, don't. Oh, give me a break.
Okay.
They also made him bald, which is not what he looks like in the movie, but he is balding in the first few Mortal Kombat games.
Wins.
I need to cosplay Kano at some point, I realized. Gotta put this to use.
Hello, baby.
They also seem to swap the ethnicities or the colors of Cyrax and Sector. But as many fans have pointed out through the years, Defenders of the Realm isn't technically canon to the game, so this could be classified as irrelevant.
And just how do you know all this?
Those are just some of the changes, and we're not even covering all the omissions, like how all the famous characters who never appear on the show. I'm talking about Kung Lao,
Wings.
Sindel.
You're alive. Too bad you will die.
Had to. And my boy Johnny Cage, aka Mr. Rage Quit.
I'm not doing it again. No, what do you mean you're not doing it again?
I'm not doing
Johnny's
it again.
the last shot of the picture. Where are you going?
I'm going to my trailer.
No, you can't leave
I'm
me
gonna get a
hanging.
gun, and I'm gonna shoot myself for being in your movie.
But there are the characters who do appear but go by different names. Like Reptile, who they call Como Dai. His neck gets super fat when he spits acid, which comes out very limp. Maybe he needs to get warmed up. I don't know.
You are pathetic, mortal.
The same goes for everybody's favorite Ferengi, Baraka, who now leads an army of nomads.
Time to kick some nomad butt.
Here he goes by Carbrock, which could have been intended as a phonetic anagram of Baraka with an extra C and a missing A? I don't know. Maybe not. Then there's Jade, who was meant to appear in an episode but was instead incorporated into a brand new character called Ruby.
Thought we had something special.
Just doing my job. Nothing personal, Jax.
Yeah, bruh. Stop catching feelings. And then there are plenty of changes to pre-existing characters, like how Scorpion is now the leader of an undead army of zombie mummies.
Obliterate those pathetic fools!
Scorpion.
Or like how Rain appears unmasked to show off his majestic haircut. The show was at its best when it explored the characters we knew rather than changing them. Like how in Old Friends Never Die, we see how Smoke became a machine but retained his humanity through his friendship with Sub-Zero.
You do remember our oath.
Yes, but you are an enemy of the Lin Kuei, so we can no longer be friends. However, I will honor our oath.
Or how they explained that Scorpion died in the movie but came back undead after dying a dishonorable death.
His spirit was banished to the realm of lost souls. But Scorpion's spirit refused to die.
By all the powers of evil, I will not rest until I have my revenge.
There were also a few changes that paid off, like when they introduced the villain Quan Chi, who was an original character for the animated series and then went on to become a mainstay in the video game franchise. He appears in The Secret of Quan Chi, where he shows off his snake charmer skills. It's not a bad thing to have in your resume. Otherwise, when you add up all these changes, it's clear that the show is much less like Mortal Kombat and much more like the X-Men. For one, the power structure of the team is very similar. Raiden is the fatherly influence over a group of heroes who often bicker like children.
You sorely test my patience, Striker.
What's wrong with them?
Why ask me? I'm not their keeper. Oh, that's right. Kitana never gets involved. She just stands back all the time judging us.
Sounds like Xavier, doesn't it?
Calm down, all of you.
And the rest of the heroes match up with the X-Men pretty well. All of the Mortal Kombat characters got superpowers when the show turned their special moves into permanent super abilities, like Sonya's Energy Ring Blast.
Kiss off!
Or Nightwolf's Glowing Arrow. Or my super Karate Chop. Mortal Kombat! Wait. The thread count is actually pretty high on these. I need something else. Liu Kang has a lot in common with Wolverine. He's the most tenacious and a very resourceful fighter. Sonya can also shoot energy beams from her hands, a lot like Jubilee. Jax can shoot laser bursts out of his fists, like the one Cyclops shoots out of his eyes. And the bad guys also match up pretty well too. Instead of fighting Sentinels, they fight a robot army.
Yeah, well, we helped you out, but we got a little more company than expected.
Matter of fact, Shao Kahn's also got crazy headgear like Magneto, and can also shoot lasers.
You're finished!
Then there's even the technology. They had their own headquarters and supercomputer where they monitor attacks all around the world.
Nightwolf, this is HQ. We are under attack. Do you copy? Over.
I'm saying they have their own team jet. Here they're called Dragon Jets. They really feel a lot more like X-Men than Mortal Kombat fighters. And when you watch this back to back with episodes of X-Men the Animated Series, it's like they're taking place in the same universe. Otherwise, this show makes no sense. Just like me finally chopping through all that wood. For real this time. Mortal Kombat! Well, y'all, we've come to the end of the road. I speak for the entire EYDK team when I say we couldn't have done this series without you guys. It's all because of you. Whether you watched every episode, or if you watch once in a while, or even if this is your first time watching. Thank you guys so much. Personally, this was the definition of a dream job for me. Not only as the producer, but as the host, I got to talk about my favorite cartoons, movies, and video games on the regular. For work. Because I got paid. And it was an incredible experience thanks to the amazing EYDK team. Writing, producing, directing, fact-checking, editing, a lot went into these shows on a weekly basis for the last couple of years. I think we delivered some dope-ass content. What was your favorite EYDK? Let us know in the comments. Oh, also, let us know how much you love us so that maybe they're forced to bring us back. Just actually, peace, y'all.
It is over.
What?
We are finished here.
Why is it over? Wait, why are you still here? There's no more episodes coming. Just let me wallow in peace.